Welcome back to another episode of the In Her Boots podcast, where we share the inspiring stories of women in football. Today we're joined with Ellie Fletcher, who currently plays as a right wing back for Liverpool Feds Women. So Ellie, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
It's great to have you on. I know you're such a role model to me and other girls in football. So could you start, how did you get involved in football?
So predominantly through my dad. He used to play, my two eldest brothers used to play as well. And just came from kicking a football in the garden. He used to take me to, so one of my friends up the road used to play. So he played for a local grassroots and I always used to go. So I think just from that and then training with them and through school as well.
Yeah, so what was your first team that you played for? I know you've played for lots of...
It was called Lim Rovers, but I kind of didn't really play the games for them. I just trained. And then my first proper club was actually Manchester City, under 12s, I think. Played there for a year and then went through the academies.
What would you say the academies were like back then? In terms of like, was the girls' programme good or...?
Yeah, it was good. It was very good. So I did most of my academy at United. Through from under 15s right up to 17s, and it was slightly different to what it was now. I think now they play boys league up until I think it's under 16s, but we just played against girls and within like the north, and yeah, it was a great setup. And obviously as a kid you dream of playing in the academies, and back then they were called Centre of Excellences, and I loved every single minute that I was there.
What would be your favourite moment playing for Man United or City?
I've got two for United. So we won the under-17s North League, which was a really tough league. And we also got to an FA Cup final against Arsenal. So I captained them at St George's, which was really special. What
would you say it was like being a captain, obviously at that age and that level?
Yeah, it was, to be fair. It was like my favourite season there. I think I was still, I don't know, more inexperienced compared to the others because they trained and played for the academy since like under 9. So I was actually relatively late, I think, to the academy setup. And then in my final year to kind of captain the club that you supported was amazing. It was everything that I dreamed of.
Yeah, so where did you then go from there?
So obviously at Manchester United, unlike now, there wasn't a women's team back then. So we all had to leave every player at under 17s had to go find a team. Liverpool, Everton, City I think had one. So I went to Liverpool Reserves. Yeah, and I was there for a year in the reserves and then was fortunate enough to move up to the first team.
Is that when you signed your first professional contract?
Yeah, so halfway through. No, I think in the summer. Played a year of reserves and then as soon as I hit 18, they gave me a professional contract, which was amazing. Like, looking back, I don't think I appreciated it at the time, really. And I think they kind of make more of a fuss of it now than they did back then. But yeah, it was really, really special. And I remember, I think Scott Rogers was the manager at the time telling me, and I was absolutely made up.
What was it like, obviously, training with, like, the older players, obviously still being young as well?
Yeah, it was hard. They demanded so much, but, like, the players and the standard there was just amazing. You had players like Alex Greenwood, Casey Stoney, Gemma Bonner. Like, the calibre of players were just so good. That team was so good back then. And it was hard, obviously. You're a young player. You're so just not at their level, and you're kind of just soaking up everything that they're telling you to try and be a better player. And it was intense. It was every single day you training. We trained at Holton. And as well, like, when you did play, that pitch was so big.
Yeah, I remember going and watching. I remember seeing.
I played a lot in the County Cup games. Played quite a lot in the Spring Series, obviously when they were transitioning to making it a Winter League. And yeah, I just relished every single time I got on that pitch. And just to learn as much from those types of players. Like, especially I was playing alongside Casey Stoney in training. Like, for me as an 18-year-old, playing with Casey was just, like, absolutely nuts. And Gemma as well. She played so many games for Liverpool, was, like, the captain of Liverpool at the time. And it was just, yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, it must have been amazing.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. So, obviously, I know you went on loan as well to the likes of Blackburn and Sheffield.
Yeah.
What was that like as well?
Yeah, they were such good loans. So I went to Sheffield United. It was when the Championship had just turned from WSL2 to Championship, so I was part of like the very first league of that, if you get what I mean. And yeah, I loved my time at Sheffield, despite the travelling over there, which was super long. Collar Ward was in charge, and it was just brilliant. Like, all the girls, that squad was so like together. Probably exceeded expectations. It was valuable playing time as well, and I think that helped me a lot when I was in, because I was still doing like England 18s and 21s. So being able to get my game time there, but still train full time at Liverpool, it was just perfect. Had 2 loan spells there, and then I went to Blackburn. So I think I got injured in one of the loan spells, which cut it short. Then I went back, and then went to Blackburn, and Blackburn was just a little bit closer, to be honest. Gemma Donnelly was the manager, and she was brilliant. That team was good as well, because I think every year the Championship was getting harder and harder, and the calibre of players that were coming down to play, the league was just getting stronger, and it's even stronger now. But yeah, the training and being able to just do both full time and play was perfect for me at the time.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So obviously you just touched on England as well. So what ages did you play at?
So I never actually capped at under 17, so I was just a training player on a couple of camps. And then it wasn't really until under 18s with Mo Marley that I kind of like started becoming regular, playing fixtures. And then under 19s, I think I went on 2 camps. We did the Euro qualifiers out in Kazakhstan, which was just nuts. I've never been to Kazakhstan, probably will never go again, but to go and see that country was amazing.
It's all about
something,
the culture, and it's just the playing something
and it's something football just takes you to random places, and that was just random. I made my like competitive European qualifiers debut against Wales, which was so strange because obviously it's a country so close, but you're doing it out in Kazakhstan, so that was nice. So I played 3 fixtures out there. Then we, I think, had a game in Finland, a game in Portugal, and then I got to captain them on that camp, which was, again, something I'd never really dreamed of. I was quite late to the England camps. Obviously, you could go from like under 15s up, but I was late to that, and yeah, to captain one of them was amazing. I think it was Netherlands, like Slovenia or Slovakia, one of them, and it was a tournament out in the Algarve, but it was amazing. And the players that I was playing with, I think in that 19s group, like Tooney, Alessia Russo, Niamh Charles, who's like one of my good friends, Lotta, Anna Patton, they're all like flying at WSL now. They're like, and you look back and you again don't appreciate it at the time, and then you look how far they've come. Like, wow, they were amazing players.
Yeah, it must have been a great experience though. Anyway, just playing with the likes of them, becoming friends with them for life. Really.
Yeah, like I still like Niamh is just, she's killing it at Chelsea, but through football, like she's one of my closest friends. Amy as well. Obviously, we started getting close at Liverpool, and like they're best friends for life. Football can do that. It's amazing. It's kind of more not the football as well. It's like the friends that you make.
It's more about enjoying it as well.
Definitely.
When you're on the pitch, just enjoying the moments that you've got.
Yeah.
So then I know that you've now playing for Feds, and you've just made your 100th appearance. So what's it like being at Feds?
Oh, it's brilliant. The whole environment at Feds is like everything that I wanted. It's just a very close-knit, tight family who play good football, and we kind of punch above our weight every year, really. And we're still competing with the semi-pro and the pro teams, and we're nowhere near that off the pitch, but on the pitch we have talent in bucketfuls, and it's a really, really nice club, and I love playing for them.
Yeah. So what's been your favourite moment playing for the Feds? There's probably loads.
Yeah, there is loads. I know it's the answer that everyone says, but that season of winning the league, I think they've been trying to do it for a while. And like winning the league itself was obviously what we'd been striving for all that year, but it's the little things, like after every single game that we won, we'd play the song unwritten, and like we'd be singing it at the top of our lungs, and we'd do that religiously every single game that we won, and I think we only lost 2 that year, so it kind of became our song, and the team that we did it with was so special, and that was kind of the last year that everyone did it all together. So that moment, obviously my 100th was very special as well. I didn't think I'd get to 100 with my knees, to be honest. What else? Another game that actually sticks out is, well, 2. We beat Forest, who were the league above at the time. We beat them in the cup, on one of our cup runs, which is obviously amazing. And again, we beat Wolves, who were the league above at the time. It was 3-3 after extra time, and then we beat them on penalties. So they're 2 games that just like stick in my head. And
yeah, it just proves that you can do it though.
Yeah.
Like, obviously now I know you're playing against the likes of them, but obviously, like, as you said, you're punching above your weight, and like, obviously Feds are obviously like, don't have the funding and things like they do in the sport, so obviously I know it's tough, but it's great that you just go out and put on a performance every Sunday.
Yeah, definitely.
So obviously I know you've struggled with injuries as well this season. Do you have any like advice for anyone going through injuries? Or
Yeah, I think I've been a little bit unlucky. I feel like sometimes you can do as much rehab as you want, and you're just going to be unlucky. And I think for me, like the decision I made of like going to university was big for me, because obviously I could do both, and I had a program where I could train full time with Liverpool, but also I was studying for a degree. So I think obviously never give up on your dream, but always have that little plan B in your head. Obviously we're seeing a lot at the minute with knee injuries like coming about, so I think just have that like little plan B in your head, but don't give up. I mean, there's so many good rehab centres and coaches out there who can help you, and I just think just enjoy it while you can. Like, football's not here forever. So yeah.
Yeah, I know that you obviously are a cardiac scientist as well outside of football. So what's it like, obviously balancing football with the Feds and then having a job, because I know you all have to do it.
Yeah.
So.
I always find if you find a job that you love, you don't work a day in your life, and that is kind of it for me as well. I think it's difficult. Obviously, I travel to Wythenshawe, so I leave at 7 a.m, and on a training day, I'll get in at 6, eat. I've left by 6:30. Then I don't get in until 10. So they are very long days, but I love doing it. And the training that I did for 3 years alongside football, it was kind of I just took everything in my stride, I think. And now I've got a job at a really great centre that like supports that as well. And so, yeah, I love it.
I think it just takes you away from your job as well. Obviously, you come in and then playing football, I think you just enjoy it. And it takes your mind off the day you've had at work as well.
Yeah, definitely. Like, as soon as I leave work and I'm like, oh, I've got training tonight. I'm like, it's just
You're
a whole,
excited
yeah.
for it, yeah.
It's almost like a whole other day in itself.
Yeah, it just takes you away, your mind off like the things you're stressing about as well, and brings you all together, as you said, as friends.
Yeah, definitely.
So, lastly, do you have any advice for anyone? I know you play right wing back. Do you have any advice for anyone who plays your position?
Yeah, I think be really comfortable with fitness. It's a lot, and just like hone down on what you're good at. Like, I think for me personally, I love crossing a ball. That's kind of it, and I will, at any opportunity, just practice that. I think just get good at like 1v1s, getting in crosses, and like be nice and calm and composed on the ball. Just enjoy it. Just, I don't know, play what you see, and it's a position that I think you can have like a little bit of freedom with, as long as you're doing your defending. Just be an attacking fullback, because that's what I like to do.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Ellie, for your time today, and thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next week for more exciting guests.